Before Bar and Roblox made an introduction, I made an unpatched dash glitch which only supports two strict forms of movement, vertically and horizontally. Well, today, I'm going to show you a new and dynamic version of this and some ways you can manipulate it for its simplicity, along with 4 other wacky ways to use items and eggs. So, let's begin. First, place any block down and place a magnet on top of it. Then place 2 blocks on the face of the magnet, delete the first one, and place a bar block on the magnet face first and the remaining block last, and set the length and angle limit of the bar block to 0 and you're done. Now, like I said, this is dynamic. So, if you wish to incorporate this into a build, you just need to make it face the direction you wish to dash in and it'll dash into that direction. Something else you can do is, if you don't want to toggle it twice, you can make 2 of these adjacent and have one of them on and bind it to the same activator so that you can dash any time instead of half the time. And lastly, why didn't I use this for Oshimoreu's freaking jumping mechanism? To get a kickable egg, place a chair down and place a plastic block on the back of the chair, and another one like this, and scale it up depending on how tall your avatar is. And place another plastic block adjacent to the first one, and place a hinge on the end of it facing down. Then place a soccer ball on the hinge, and if the soccer ball is not in the center of your body when you sit in the chair, scale this pole as much as you need and move the plastic block and hinge to meet the desired position for the ball to center to your body. After that, sit in the chair, making the soccer ball collision off if necessary. Go in first person and place a cake on the center of the chair. Remove the chair, make the entire contraption invisible and collision off, and unanchor it. But that's not all. Then place an egg cannon on the ground so the cannon intersects with your character. Shoot yourself anywhere, and boom, the Easter Bunny can play soccer now. Just don't show this to the Lord of Eggs. To make yourself look like a balloon marketer, grab a potion from the castle stage, and place a chair down and sit on it while holding the potion. Then place a block on the ground near your hand, and move it up until it looks like this, and move it away by 0.2 studs or less if necessary, until your hand is barely touching it, otherwise you got weird hands. Once you got that adjusted properly, move the block away from your hand by 2 studs and place a balloon block on the first block and move it by 0.2 studs or less until the balloon string looks something like this. You can check that by making the block invisible while moving it. And once you got that figured out, place a glue block on the first block we moved, place a titanium block on that, and make the balloon, titanium, and glue block invisible and collision off, unanchored, and you're done. Now click the balloon block and hold your potion out, and maybe remove your titanium block if you think you're heavy enough. Something else you can do is, before placing the glue block, clone the balloon block at least 5 times and bind all of them to a switch, and you can actually look like a small baby on their birthday. Now, to burn metal apparently with a flaming sword, what I'm about to do is going to be mind-boggling and requires insta-load to be off. Grab a sword from the castle stage and place a chair down and sit on it while holding the sword. Then place a block behind your arm and scale it so it covers your entire sword. After that, place a torch facing the sword and rotate it by 10 degrees so that it matches the slant that the sword follows. And move the torch by 0.2 studs until making the torch invisible makes the start of the fire go a bit over the edge of the sword and is centered of course, and clone the torch by 1 stud until the entire face of the sword is either covered in flames or the torches go over these ends, depending on one's visibility standards. After cloning it by 1 stud, clone those torches by 0.5 studs either up or down and move it away from the sword by 10 studs. Then, very swiftly, once you move the UI back near your sword, let go and equip your sword as fast as possible, and if you jump and the sword is stuck, you did it right. Afterwards, make sure the torches are invisible and collision off, but only 1 torch has collision on. Remove the tall block, unanchor the torches, and you're done. And as long as you keep that blade away from your body, the chivalry of Dai shall doth be of unparalleledness. And to make a dramatic scene of lighting a demolition wire, Place a delay block and set the delay to 10. Place dynamite blocks as you please. The more danger, the better. Place a piston on the ground close to the dynamite and adjust the piston's length to be 10 and its speed to be 10 for now. Then extend it and place another piston on the first one and set the length to 6 and speed to 10 and place a torch rotated 45 degrees like so, but not with the trowel, and move it down by one stud with the trowel and place a plastic block on the bottom of the piston head to connect the torch and adjust the speed of the first piston to 1. After that, unbind the pistons from the delay block and place a lever of your choice down and make sure that the only thing binded to the lever is the first piston and the delay block. Click the small piston here and make all of these blocks invisible and collision off, but for this piston, make it 75% transparent, otherwise your wire is going to go bye-bye. Afterwards, unanchor all and...
Kaboom! Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
Wait, if you can make a demolition wire with this, then what are you going to use this for? Wait, what's going on? I can't see. Whoever is even stupid enough to snatch a guy like this is barely even logically processing it. I think I deserve this. I still remember beating up JP on his goofy aircraft, teleporting bread for 4 days straight, flexing on the computer boss. Those were fine moments. But as it seems, out of the circumstances I strolled myself into, the crime has awoken. But before I die, please subscribe.